Page 456, the homework assignment for section 7-3 in the Algebra 2 book. Here in Unit 5. Unit 5 is exponential and logarithmic functions. And for numbers 2 and 4 here, we're supposed to try to write these exponential equations in log form. And so a couple things to think about here. I really want you to understand that number in the position that it's in now, any number being raised to a power, is called the base. And when we write it in log form, if the base is 4 in the exponential form, then the base would be also 4 in the logarithmic form. So now we're down to two numbers. Where do they go? Well, it's going to be log base 4 of something is equal to something else. And that something else, if we remember that the 3 here is called the exponent. And if you remember, a log is an exponent. And if the exponent is the 3 and a log is an exponent, then the log is equal to 3 because 3 is the exponent. And then the other number is called, here in the exponential form, it's called the answer. So we have 4 to the third is equal to 64. 64 is the answer, and 64 is also a word that the position of 64 in the logarithmic expression. It's called the argument. So argument, let me squeeze that in there. Let me even zoom in a little bit more on that. So here we have the argument is 64. The answer is 64, and so the positions of the numbers 4, 64, and 3, again, 3 is the exponent, and the exponent is the log. So we can see the positions. So the bottom line is, and I won't go through this amount of detail in any of the other examples, but you should know that if you can write the expression 4 to the third equals 64 in exponential form, you can also write that same expression or that same equation in logarithmic form, and that's the log base 4 of 64 is equal to 3. And that's how you say it. Log base 4 of 64 is 3. 64 equals 4 to the third. And so we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here for number 4. The base is 2, so we have the log base 2 of something equals, now 4 is the exponent, so that's going to be 4. Log base 2 of 16 is equal to 4 because 2 to the fourth equals 16. That's another way you can look at it, by the way, is this number is where you start and you have to get to the 16 through the 4. In other words, 2 to the fourth power is equal to 16. So if you think about it in terms of going counterclockwise, starting with the base, going through the exponent to get to the argument. Base raised to the exponent is equal to the argument. And that's how you do numbers 2 and 4.